この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りします。Alrighty, welcome everyone. I am T of the Booze, and I am here for the panties and the stockings, and maybe the Garterbelt if he shows up. But mostly panty and stocking, with Garterbelt as a side. We're on episode 4. Last week we watched episode 3. In the first half of episode 3, Panty and Stocking kind of got in a tiff and decided to form their own organizations. That didn't go so well. They got tied up by some bad monsters, and they ended up having to actually work together like real people who work together. And that was pretty okay. And then came the second half, and we start on a full Saving Private Ryan parody of D-Day landing on the beach, except that it's all sperm, and the whole episode is nothing but cum jokes, and I thought it was wonderful. I genuinely really found it funny, and I thought it was clever, and I thought it was good, and I liked that bit quite a bit. As ridiculous and stupid and over the top as it was the first time that the stupid and over the top actually clicked together to make something just hitting the right levels of absurdist and insane and dumb, and I want to facepalm, but I also want to laugh, and I actually thought it was good. I actually liked it. Helped along by that, I think, and again, this is still my personal opinion, and the differences between the two are not that striking. I thought that the sub was a lot more fun for me. I had a lot more fun with the type of wordplay and the type of humor going on in the sub, and I still have this feeling like the dub adds a whole lot of stuff, as though the people directing the dub didn't want a moment of time to go by without a joke happening in the dialogue, and I just don't think it's necessary for this show. So I'm going to stick with the sub. If you don't like the sub, that's totally cool. I don't care. I like the sub, and so I'm going to watch the version of this show that I am enjoying that I am enjoying more at the moment. So please bear with me. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not trying to start a sub versus dub debate or anything like that. I like it better, and some people said I might, and I tried it, and they were right, and I like it better. So that's all there is to it. And I think this is probably the last time that I'm going to address it in any way, shape, or form, is just to say here at episode 4 that I think we're going to be watching the sub from here on out. And if you are a dub fanatic who really only wants to see this in dub, see ya. Bye. Regardless, we are going to watch Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt, episode 4, and maybe episode 5. I've got the time, and I've got the energy, and I'm down to watch more than one. If we do watch more than one, it'll mean that I'll cut the discussions off a little bit, and we won't go super deep into this show, because it's not that fucking deep. It's pretty fucking silly, and it's pretty straightforwardly silly. We will keep checking out cuts on Sakagaburu if we can find them, and looking at things that are interesting about the production of the show if we can find them, but otherwise we're gonna just start churning through this one, because this is a fun, silly watch, and that should be good. I think that's all I want to say here at the beginning. Let's watch episode 4 of Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt. So I've got it up and ready to go. There will be 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, early access on Patreon, also Discord access and stuff, so that you can yell at me for watching it in sub instead of dub if you want that to be heard more. I read the comments, but if you feel the need to be in the Discord, go ahead and pay for that. The Patreon, it's $1. And that's it. Let's go. So beep beep timer. X-Drive mode. Sweet. Ooh, interesting. Also, thank you. I missed who the first pair of names was. Veritable vortex. This is true. This is true. We might end up actually talking quite a bit about this episode. Nope, that's not how we do it. You and your sugar obsession. Actually, quite funny because I made the decision yesterday to fully cut sugar out of my diet. And into that thing. Oh. No, Chuck. Good for you. Earthly sweets. Again, Naiwayo. How do her feet and shoes and legs work? I don't know. Yeah, we'll see if that lasts when you hit 25 and your metabolism changes. Taihen Oh, so fucking snarky. God damn it, Chuck. Jesus, what a spread. Uh-oh. Impossible. Impossible. No! It says I'm halfway to being a fat pig. No! Rocky! Oh my god, it's just off. Oh, it's amazing. See, but she works a lot of it off with sex. Sex is great exercise. Yeah, you don't... Oh, it's worse. Oh, that's not gonna help. Whoop, 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 whoop. I don't want them. I want none of it. mm. I don't want them. Oh, no. Are you okay? Are you sick? Oh. Ah. Cruel. Just cruel. She's gonna break. She's gonna break. No. Fucking Space Odyssey music? What were those noises? Diet. Oh, that is actually nothing. I mean, that's like water weight fluctuation levels. Jogging. Cool scene. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Handless? No. They missed the chance for that joke. Zoom. I like this track, though. No, this is not how we diet. No. Just drink enough water. Nope, and off she goes. Around the world. Amazing. Oh, that's evil. That's like actively cruel. Is she saunaing? That's not what you need to do, girl. Oh, yep, that seems about right. Throw it. Throw it. Dude, just drink enough water. Nice. Nice. How? How? What? Oh my god! Okay, that was super fun. Genuinely, yes, actually, unbelievable. Is the scale broken? Okay, who drew that? She's gonna lose weight after eating all this shit? Jesus. Alright, girl. Have fun. Does she have a fucking ghost in her stomach or some bullshit? Oh no, it's too real. We got a bit. What's up? I am observing it. Are we gonna blame it on a ghost? Is the ghost called the McDumbles? Oh, there's something up with them. Oh, baddie bacteria. Oh, wow. Okay, fun. Because it didn't make sense. Got it. Got it. Got it. I mean, if you can fight it. Uh-oh. Amazing. Amazing. Just Katamari everything. Yep, that's how cakes work. Ho, 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 ho. Oh, no. Oh, it's just like Wonder Egg priority. Oh, no. Well, this is actually... A lot of people do this, terrifyingly enough. Oh. She can't hold it together. Gross. No. No, too many. No. Oh no. She's gonna use that shit against you, dude. I guess. Oh, we're full henshining. No. No, not like this. Oh, not like this. Well, they do say some things about obesity and impotence. And that. Bye. All right. You're gonna shoot yourself in the head, dude. I know how cartoon logic works. Blam, blam, blam. Oh, no, it worked. Okay. I fully expected the rebound bounce. Hey, four heaven coins. And is stocking... Nope, she's normal. She's gonna have to puke it all up or some shit. This is true. It doesn't need to be this way. Oh, that was easy. And back at it. Never. Okay. That's good. This is fair. I don't think that's true. Only you. Okay. Yeah, get wrecked, Chuck. Third time's the charm. Good. Good, good. I actually really like that episode. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, yes. Oh, please. Uh, uh. True, true, true. Oh, come on. Oh. Fucking lots of guys. As much as possible. Oh? Oh, she's being Afro. I got it. Amazing. Oh. Okay. So it's an undie run. Gotta take him off for an undie run. Please stop spitting on me. Sir? Sir, please. Yay! Amazing. Amazing. They all got... okay. Vroom, vroom. Yes, indeed. Sweet. Yep. Yeah, but you know who we are. How do you know he's uncut? Okay, whatever. Yeah. It's not. It's okay. Hmm. Oh. Wait, that's Garter though, isn't it? What the fuck? Why are you here, Garter? Oh, because you're a pervert. Oh. Legitimately a pedophile. God damn it, Garter. Nope. Woo! That's fun. The big blob. Enjoy. Yep, have a good time. Nope. Okay. Wow. All right, he's out. Full ignore. Expected. Are we power walking now? Oh, there is for sure a ghost happening. What the fuck? How? MG, are you actually Garterbelt? Oh, they have no idea. I don't know if we care about your lingerie run, man. And what's this guy's deal? Oh, no. Oh, no. Dine on it? He's a panty thief. Is that it, or is he just obsessed with that shit? Not. Nope, he's into lingerie. This guy's a panty thief. He wants that stuff. This is bad. Fully gonna steal all your clothes, dude. Yep, that's bad. Oh, no. Oh, no. This is the pervious ghost. Bye. Well, then. What? Zoom. This is the second big spinning shot. That's cool. Yeah, man. No, I have no idea what. You're gonna steal all of their underwear? Yup. Oh. Oh no. Oh, whoa. Gourmet. Oh, it's gotta be his briefs. They're the true secret, aren't they? Dessert lingerie. Oh, well, that's what we need to use. Blah, blah, blah. All right, use it. Get it. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that he's got a huge dick. That's my guess here. Ding, ding, ding. Yep, okay. All right. Yes. The best song. Wow, it's a full pump extra shotgun. Of course it is. Amazing. No. That was a good explosion. Gong. Who is this guy? Well then. No. Oh. Just snowing lingerie all over the city. Amazing. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Eh, really circumstantial. Okay. I mean, there's so much kill a kill in this. No. What? What? Yeah, fully don't get it. Fair, 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 fair. Wait, is he wearing fucking? He is. He's wearing fishnets. All right, cool. Nudical panic. Oh, whoever he was. Yeah, where is Garter? I like both of these quite a bit. I like both of them quite a bit. They're both very funny. Boom. And there's episode 4. Our first one for the day. I think we'll probably watch both 4 and 5. Okay, so I find both of these segments to be really fun. I enjoyed them both quite a bit. Second one is pretty creepy and weird and has plenty of crass dick jokes and stuff. The first one as a depiction of a certain kind of like attitude toward food is actually really interesting. Stocking's character throughout it is very interesting to me. And if we discount the supernatural element, which is of course that there is literally an evil ghost making the food make Stocking fatter than she would otherwise be. There's a lot here that's actually really interesting from like a trying to diet context. How often do you hear people going on diets and going on like a really restrictive fad diet and then coming off of it and saying something like, well, diets don't work, or diets don't work for me. Likewise, how often do you hear people saying like, oh, I can eat whatever I want, my metabolism is great, or whatever. And almost always in the cases where people say things like that, where they feel like they can eat whatever they want, if they actually calced out what they were eating, they'd be eating at or below a caloric deficit, or below maintenance. I think people in general are not very we as people in general are not very good at being aware of what we put into our bodies and how much we're actually consuming, and I think that using tools like Chronometer or MyFitnessPal or other things like that and just counting out and understanding what you're actually putting into yourself can be extraordinarily helpful short term and long term for understanding your diet and how much you eat. I used MyFitnessPal for a number of years, consistently every day, plugging in everything that I was eating. This was when I was in college, and so I was eating out of the cafeteria. And just the process of doing that, of figuring out what's in each of the food items that I'm eating and then plugging it into something and understanding what that turns into in terms of caloric intake, in terms of how much protein I'm getting, in terms of how many carbohydrates, et cetera, I'm eating, was extremely helpful for me, and is a like learned skill that I still have, where I'm pretty effectively able to eyeball food, and guess within about 100 calories per meal, and within a few dozen grams of protein per meal, what I'm actually intaking. And I don't use my Fitness Pal anymore because I don't feel the need to. I generally can get a pretty good idea of what I need in my body at a given time. This to say that if you're struggling with diet, understanding what you're currently eating is one of the biggest first steps to understanding how food works, and how much of it you're putting into yourself. Something else that I found really interesting about this episode, like, obviously we see her get on the scale and then start doing some exercise, and she gets back on the scale and she's fatter. But what I found most interesting is a little bit later when she starts to hardcore diet and we see all of these quote unquote meals that she's eating, right? We see a couple things. We see her trying to lose water weight via the sauna, and that's not fat weight. It's just not. You can't really change that. But then we also see this whole sequence, and it rings super true to me as we see her chowing down on a full meal of tofu that's only 60 calories, or a sardine that's only 20 calories, right? I think that a lot of people, when they feel like they're getting overweight, or they feel like they need to make some kind of a change in their health or in their dietary lifestyle, go way too hard, way too far, and end up starting off their days, in a lot of cases, by eating well, they think, but they're eating like a 200-calorie meal because that's what they believe is healthy, like just some vegetables, right? And that'll get me going for the day. And then by like midday, by like lunchtime, they're fucking starving, and they end up binging on like higher calorie foods that will actually fill them up. So if you're trying to diet, the thing that I would say is understand what each thing you're putting into your body equals in terms of calories, and then understand that you still need to hit a goal number of calories. And that goal number of calories should be somewhere within 500 kilocalories of your TDEE, of your daily energy expenditure, total daily energy expenditure, TDEE. And you can go, if you just Google TDEE calculator, and plug in some of your stats, your height, your age, your weight, your general level of activity, you'll get a number out of that, and it'll probably be like, when I plug in my TDEE now, and it's gone up recently because I've gained quite a bit of weight recently, and I'll talk about that in a second. If you plug your numbers in, you'll come out with a number, and that number is like your somewhere around your median calories that will keep you at maintaining the same level of body weight, pretty much indefinitely. And if you eat more than that, you'll probably gain weight, and if you eat less than that, you'll probably lose weight, because that's the amount of energy you're putting into your body. And what kinds of energy you put into your body are also quite important. Avoiding processed foods, avoiding refined sugars, avoiding sweets that are the things that stocking loves so much, can be very, very helpful. Or at least having them in smaller quantities or in moderation, can be extraordinarily helpful. But if you want to lose weight, go and calculate your TDEE, subtract 500 from it, and make that your goal calories per day. And then try to eat about a third of those calories every day for breakfast when you wake up, because that will set you on the right path, right? You'll feel relatively full. You'll feel okay. And if you do that and then set your lunch, your dinner, whatever small snacks you want, and try to get most of your calories from lean proteins, high quality carbohydrates like vegetables, like whole grains, like oatmeal, like things that are good for you, mostly whole foods, then you will not only lose weight but be healthier. And I think that's really great, and is a powerful goal. And I know that I'm turning this comedic episode about nonsensical weight gain into a bit of a lecture on how to get fitter, but I know that a lot of the people who watch my channel whether they're super healthy or they're athletes or not, a lot of them have sedentary lifestyles. I have a sedentary lifestyle. I go to the gym 3 times a week, and that's basically all the exercise that I get. So managing what I put into my body so that it can be burning that food efficiently and that I can feel good is something that's really important to me and becoming more important to me as I age. And I think it's important for everybody. So my own weight gain. I started about 4.5 months ago going to the gym with the goal of gaining a significant quantity of weight. And at that time, I was scale weight about 132, and I'm about 5'5", 5'5.5". I'm a short guy. I'm small. I've always been small, but I know what I need to do in order to gain weight. It's just that I haven't had the opportunity to do so. And those who have been here since the beginning of the channel know that I was pretty close to starving when I started this channel off, and it's only because of this channel's moderate success that I have the ability to purchase enough food to try to gain weight. So over the last 4.5 months, I have been gaining weight consistently on a pretty steady bulking diet. I'm up about 600 to 700 calories above my TDEE yeah, every day, and that means that I'm putting on about a pound per week. That's just how the math works out. I'm putting on about a pound of mass per week, and a portion of that is fat and a portion of that is muscle, and a large portion of what causes it to be muscle is that I'm going into the gym and I'm working my ass off, and lifting weights and going heavy. But in those 4.5 months, I weighed myself this morning, and I weighed in at 154. So I am up a full 22 pounds over the last 4.5 months, and a good chunk of that is muscle weight. Not all of it by a long shot. In fact, I'll be lucky once I start cutting if I manage to maintain about 10 or 12 pounds of that as muscle mass. But the reason I bring this up is because the changes that I made to my diet to be eating more but still being healthy are not that large. One of the biggest things is that I eat a flat Dave's Killer Bread and Laura Scudder's peanut butter sandwich pretty much every day. I eat one of those and I have a glass of milk, and that's like 600 or 700 calories that I just add to my diet, along with everything else that I'm eating. And with that, I've been gaining significantly. That's not to say that that's the kind of eating that will work for everybody, but it is working for me. And it's a simple way for me to add a nice little chunk of calories that gets me closer to my goal. But I think the most important things are using some of the science that we are strongly aware of in order to manage what you're dieting and how you're eating. Fully ignore fad diets. Going on a juice diet or a this kind of cleanse or a this kind of thing or this or that or this or that. Simple tools like cutting out as much refined sugar as you can. Focusing on getting as many calories as you can from healthy fats, avoiding like fatty red meat and hamburgers if possible, focusing on leaner meats if you need the meats as a source of protein. If you're vegetarian or vegan, focusing on getting enough protein from beans or pea sources or things like that. And basically just ignoring diet fads and exercise fads, because your weight is going to be made much more in the kitchen than it will be made in the gym. And I'm sorry. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk about diet. This is something that I care about quite a bit. I wouldn't call myself an expert on it, but I spent a good long time just looking into some of the science behind diets and what one should be eating. And I've seen some people in my life have really miserable experiences with dieting. When I was growing up, my mother went hardcore Atkins and had a really, really miserable time with it, trying to cut her carbohydrates out completely and go with this like high fat, high protein diet scheme that didn't really work for her. She ended up not really losing weight and not feeling better, and being miserable and somewhat miserable to be around sometimes. And that was not good, not fun. So There's my TED Talk. Let's turn our attention back to the piece. I love the three-peat gag of chucking Chuck into a garbage disposal or into a garbage can. I love the little moments of standing by the mirror in this like dark hallway with all of this weird shit around her and just feeling miserable and then getting inspired to go out and start running to Rocky music and stuff. While Panty does nothing of the sort and just chillaxes. Oh, I guess I understand how the shoes work now. I also I love Panty's like walk in. She's got such swagger, and it's all coming just from the curve of her legs, just like boink boink boink, hilarious. Of course, we have the buzzing waste treatment things, or the electrostimulation things, or the whatevers. I don't think any of them work. It's just not worth it. Spells chocolatey, yum yum yum. This whole sequence, as she is just struggling with the desire for sweets, I think is also really important as a thing to look at, because if you have those craveable foods in your house or near you, you're going to crave them and you're going to go and get them and you're going to eat them, and then you're probably going to feel ashamed for going and doing that. But it's I think important to understand that sugar is deeply addictive. Sweet, salty, fatty, crispy foods are deeply addictive, and addictive in the same way that we like. It's hard to shame someone for being an addict to cigarettes and going and getting another cigarette, right? Because they feel like they need it, and they can justify anything to themselves if they feel like they need it. And our bodies are built evolutionarily built to go and seek out sugary foods, to go and seek out sweet things and salty things, because they're what our ancestors didn't have a lot of and desperately needed the calories from. But now we live in a world where every condiment is sweet, and every food that you can possibly imagine is sweet and has tons of sugar and tons of fat. We're in a world of immense abundance, and our brains still work in this way that's like, gotta get more of that, because we don't know when we're gonna get more, right? We could not have Twinkies a day from now, and there would never be Twinkies again. And so you go to the fucking, I guess you don't keep Twinkies in a fridge. You go to the cabinet and you get yourself a Twinkie, because your brain, your endocrine system, your hormones are all telling you you must do this. And who are you as a supposedly conscious individual to override your hormones? You're not. It's not gonna happen. So take them out of your house, get rid of them, replace them with healthier snacks, healthier foods. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be really, really fucking tough. And you're going to break like this. You're going to want to like this. And so there are a lot of things in this episode that feel like really legitimate depictions of how it feels to try to cut these things off from yourself. And I think that's a really interesting way to use Stocking's love of sweets as part of an episode. I also think that the voice acting throughout was really good. And these moments, this really strange dynamic shot as she beats the shit out of the dog, are really fun. Also, the crazy training montage. I fully expected her to do like that Russian video where the guy just puts his hands behind his back and is doing push-ups without anything because he's like on a wire or something. But we didn't use the gag. I'm sad about that. Working, pushing. And then this is one that's kind of silly. So, I think not a lot of people do this, but some people do this because they see fighters and like boxers cutting really quickly, and cutting water weight, right? By going into a sauna, by avoiding drinking water, and they think that scale weight is health. But boxers and fighters and bodybuilders and people who do that kind of cutting are are mostly aware that they're taking a huge toll on their own individual health by cutting so much water out of their system so rapidly, and it's not sustainable weight loss. It doesn't actually equate to like you bounce back immediately as soon as you start drinking water again, and it's not very good for you. So don't cut this way. It's not worth it. If you do start cutting and start at a caloric deficit, you will immediately lose water weight regardless. And you can pat yourself on the back for losing like 3 pounds in a couple of days, but know that that is the fluctuation weight, and it's going to change as you drink more water and eat more salt, and your diet changes day to day, and all those things. So don't cut water. Water's really good for you. Drink a lot of it, and don't try to lose weight through these sneaky methods or like quick tricks. I don't think there really are any quick tricks toward losing weight. I guess there are definitely quick tricks toward losing scale weight. There aren't any quick tricks toward losing fat. You just have to burn it, and the way you burn it is by not consuming enough to replace it. So consume a little bit less food and you will lose weight permanently, like consistently. And then if you eat more, you'll gain it back. Yeah. So we also see this version of stocking comes out of this homemade sauna that she's got, where it's ultra hot and there's steam everywhere. And what we see is a person who is not a person. We see a zombie. And that's about right. This is about right here. Also looks like something out of like Salad Fingers or something super creepy. I really love the art for this whole sequence. It's very awful. And she just drops the goop on the floor, and she's gotten fatter. I really love the use of this environment to do these crazy big ass spinning woo 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 freak out shots. I think they're great, and I love this run. I think it's really fun. I would love to know who animated it, and I hope it's listed on Sakagaburu. I love the speedline background. I also love the big like wah boom wah boom wah boom. Very fun. And then the explosion of stocking into a giant fat person. I want to be clear that none of what I'm saying here is intended as like shaming people for being fat, because I don't think it's necessarily like it's not a good thing to do to shame people for the way that they are or the choices that they've made. That being said, being overweight is something that you can change, and everyone can change unless you have gone to your doctor and been given a genuine diagnosis for a significant hormone issue. You are capable of losing weight or gaining weight. Hard gainers do not exist. You're just not eating enough. Neither do hard losers. You're just eating too much. Almost always, you're like the likelihood that you're in the 0.1% of the population that has a legitimate thyroid issue is pretty low. So like, I don't want to shame people for being overweight, but it is something that you can choose to get out of. And a part of that choice is taking agency over what you eat and not listening to companies that have a vested interest in selling you the things that they want you to eat. McDonald's has a vested interest in making you believe that you can eat McDonald's and stay healthy. And that makes this world very scary, because the same goes for lots of healthy food vendors that don't actually have any reason to make their food healthy. They just have every incentive to make you think that their food is healthy. So take some agency over what you put into your body and try to understand better what the things you put into your body do to you. Because it's important, I think. I think it's important. I think it allows for a better quality of life for all of us, and for longer life for all of us. And I think these are things that we should be looking at. I don't think that there's a moral necessity toward it. But I will say that if you are a part of a family, and if there are people who rely upon you, then your health is an important part of your portfolio of what you're capable of doing for the rest of your life and how long that rest of your life is. So it's something to consider, for sure. Anyway, I don't want to keep ragging on this. I did like this episode, and I also like the way that we resolve it at the end. The ginormo stocking bowling through the highway and just churning cars up is amazing. And this creature is horrifying. It's like Ursula mixed with that awful gym teacher from Wonder Egg Priority, and she's fucking titty milking weird cream goop onto cakes, and then she does the thing where there are like 1,000 guns, and it's like Yukine Chris, except awful and horrifying and gross. And yep, Stocking just chomps on all that shit. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I thought we were going to do the full fly away now henshin sequence with the hyper fat stocking, and that would have been very funny and also very gross. And it's all stretched out, so she's not able to use it, and she shoots it, and it's all good. Boom, done. And stocking is back to being the hottie that we know she is on the inside, and hell yeah, good for her. Of course, she hasn't changed anything at all, and she's just going to keep eating the things that she loves, and that I think is also reasonable. I think that you can actively make the decision to continue eating the way that you're eating, and I think that's okay. It's your body, and it is your choice. So do what you need to do, but know that if you go out there and you do some of the research and you look into it and you spend some of the time, you can make a different choice and you can choose to change. And I think that's one of the amazing things about human beings. Sometimes people will say that, oh, people can't change, and I don't think that's true. I think that to some extent, in pretty much any dimension, people are capable of change, and physically changing your body, changing the way you look and feel, is one of the biggest ways that I think almost everyone is able to change. So consider changing. It can be worth it. I've certainly had a lot of fun over the last few months, getting significantly stronger and getting bigger. I will get to a point in a couple more months where I'm going to feel fat for myself. I've always been very thin, and I like being thin, but it's worth it at this point for me to be putting on this muscle mass, and the fat that comes with it, because I want to lift heavier weights. I want to be stronger, and that's not for any sort of competitive goal. I don't want to go into powerlifting. I'm not trying to be a bodybuilder. None of those things. I just want a little bit more mass on my frame, and the ability to move things more effectively and move myself more effectively, and to have healthier joints and to have healthier bones and to be a little bit more resilient as a human being. I think strength is valuable. And then on the flip side, I think that being thinner, if you're significantly overweight and you're aware that you're significantly overweight, is super duper duper good for you. Uh, there is a massive epidemic of obesity, and it is strongly and specifically linked to coronary heart failure, to liver disease, to diabetes, to all sorts of things that will make you miserable. So there are trade-offs to be made between what you eat and what you want to eat and how you want to live your life versus how you're going to start feeling when you're 30 or 35. Because once you hit that point and you are, if you're type 2 diabetic and overweight and having trouble getting out of a chair, those things are going to get worse and worse and worse, and you're going to have a really rough time. And I don't want that for anybody. And I don't think anybody wants that for themselves. So, all right, thank you for coming to my TED Talk for the third time or whatever. We're done with this section. We can get off the food thing, and I can stop preaching to you about diet and shit. Cool. So on to what was the title? It was High School Nudical, right? Yeah, with the full High School Musical light show deal. Very fun, doing weapon maintenance, all the dudes, all the bros, and of course destroying Brief. I love the way that these guys, after chucking him away, are just like, yeah, bro, fuck yeah, woo, and then they start just losing brain cells actively. Wonderful. Bam, boom, pow. Also, is Stocking like way bustier than Panty? I guess she is. I guess it's all the sweets. They all go to the titties. Good for her. So we dingaling some dingalings, and we flooble some woobles, and yank some briefs. The joke that they don't recognize Garter when he's clearly Garter is actually very funny. The joke that he's a pedophile because he's a priest is less funny. A little bit rough, but nothing is sacred in this, and that's okay. And I think it's also it's true. There are a lot of pedophilic priests who've been caught. So cool. Good joke. Maybe not a very funny joke because of how close to real it is, but good joke. Okay, so watching all of this, and this, right, he pops up and is just like giving them the briefing, and there's, who the fuck are you, man? The subs have gotten stuck, but that's okay. Don't really need it. We meet this guy who is a full pervert, and so he doesn't care about getting hit with panty-related weapons, and also they didn't apparently do their maintenance the way they should have. They need a special big dick gun instead. Okay, so she pulls them all out. We got like the little Derringer. We got right the Famosis one, the bent one. There's one that she goes for a little bit later that is like fully a vibrator of some kind and is shaped like a weird fruit. And of course, Brief has the big old dong that she needs to fire a giant shotgun and destroy this thing, and she does, and we do. And then he gets dismissed because he's a child. Good. And I guess it rains lingerie, and Garter gives a weird speech about how great underwear is while wearing his trench coat with fucking fucking fishnets and like knee-high boots. Amazing. And yeah, no, he seems to get arrested for all of this, which is as it should be, I think. Cool. Look, this was a fun episode, fun pair of episodes, or pair of sections. The whole High School Noodle thing is ridiculous and dumb, and is exactly what I would expect from Panty and Stocking. The first half is actually really interesting to me, and of course, I made it more interesting than I think than it really is, because these are topics that I'm genuinely passionate about and genuinely care about. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't claim to be a dietitian or a nutritionist or an expert or to be giving genuine like health advice or anything like that. But I've done a lot of research, and I've done some things in changing my own diet that match up to those the research that I've done, and it seems to work for me, and it seems to work for most of the people who apply it actively. So take that as you will, and go out into the world and do your own research, because again, there are a lot of companies out there trying to sell you their products and not really caring if you are healthy. Okay, cool. I'm going to pull up Sakagaburu, and we're going to look at some of the cuts from this episode and see what's up and available. Okay, looks like there are only 2 cuts available, which is a little bit unfortunate, but that's okay. This one is listed as Ikuo Kuwana, and it's not even presumed, so apparently there has to be some kind of truth to it. And this is our awful creature that is this. I mean, yay. I really wanted some of the cuts from the first half. Specifically the ones where like Stocking is running and stuff. This is pretty fun because of the sense of scale, which is great. And this one's listed as Megami Kono, who we've seen a couple of cuts from as well. But we don't have a number of the cuts that I thought were the most fun in that episode, so that's a little bit unfortunate. But it is what it is when we go on the Sakagaburu. Cool. Well, we're an hour into discussion and stuff, and it's 1 p.m., and I want to watch another episode. I'm going to watch another episode. Yeah. So give me a second to do a little breaky thingy and a little sinky thingy, and we'll be back in a second for Panty, Stocking, Garterbelt 5. See you in a moment. Peace. All right, welcome back. We're good to go for Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt, episode 5. I've got nothing to say here at the beginning. Let's watch the show and see what it makes us want to talk about at the end. Beep beep timer. Ow. Ow. Okay, it's gone away. My 2 of my wisdom teeth are in, and the other 2 are coming in, and they're coming in straight, so I'm not going to get them removed. Still hurts. So it's just got a weird sharp pain in from the back of my mouth. Ow. But it's gone now. Beep beep timer. We're doing Raiders of the Lost Ark? Well, it's actually great because I saw Raiders a couple weeks ago. It's a great film. Trends are a fact of life. This is true. Has a nose picking fad become a thing now? Gross. That's the worst fad. The Okay, you are just masturbating with your nose. At the Oscar Cafe. Oh, gross. Also a fad. So just following a different fad, huh? Okay, stop. Oh. No, just your booger. Oh. Oh, it tastes exactly the same? Oh. Wait, who is that? Wait, who is that? I know he plays a JoJo's character. This is true. Please stop picking your nose. This is gross. Ha 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 ha. Eroe desu yo. Oh, yep, we're in. Wait, does it fucking what? Are you a cult leader? Where did you get a hand, Chuck? Oh, he's bleeding. He's dead. He's dead. Ah, orgy time. Nope. It's gonna be something weird. Is he licking her nose? No, they're fucking picking each other's noses. What the fuck? I mean, you know what? If it gets you off and you're having a good time and you're both consenting adults, that's fine. Sucks. Fuck. Eh? Ah, he's a ghost. Eh? It's spreading. Yeah. Oh no. Who could have seen this coming? Oh, that's a big boy. What are you? Literally a booger ghost. Gross. Alright, stop picking your nose. Yeah, how did you get here, Garter? Of course it is, of course. Not really, but okay. Oh. Creating more boogers. Oh. No. Oh. Dehydration and death? We gotta beat this thing ASAP. Uh, uh. That's true, they do something. Oh, it turns all back to snot. Maybe. Absolutely ridiculous. Uh, huh? What? Where did that come from? Oh. Yeah, but. Oh, wow, that was a fun cut. That was also a fun cut. Very Future Boy Conan reference. Only that. What a fun cut. Get your hand out of your nose, girl. No. Not spats. Oh, no, they're just shorts. I see. Shing. Bam. Bam. All right, awesome. Absolutely awesome. Boom. Ah ha ha ha. Uh-oh. Yeah, no, that's not good. I didn't even think about the nosebleed equals erection thing. Very good, very good, very good. Well done. All right, and we got it. And we did it. And we're saved. Gross. Stop picking your nose. Shit. Ugh. It's not. It's fucking boogers. Stop it. Wait, is this Gunbuster? Is this Gunbuster now? Wait. Uh, uh. Amazingly disgusting. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, then. All right. Well, the moon is happier than it was before. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Please, no. So this is the grossness episode, huh? Just pure gross out. That was cool. Wait, what? Wait, what? Full realism suddenly. What the fuck? Suddenly a full art style swap and idea like level swap. What the fuck? All right, we got a new mandate. Oh, Jesus. Oh, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. Oh. Oh, no. Oh. Wow, all the it's so fucking different immediately. Everything about this is fascinating and awful. I hate the designs. You all right? Uh-oh. Oh, a birthday present? Uh-oh. He's being infected by goopy stuff. Is about to be fully a ghost, huh? Jesus Christ. What a switch of style and feel. All this stuff happening a world away. Oh, panty and stocking, huh? Oh. Ghosting it up. Trying to figure out a birthday present, huh? Hello, cat. Dude, this is heartbreaking. Whoa. Is that a fucking taxidermied turtle? It's legit a taxidermied turtle. Oh. Okay. Oh my god, what a... this is not the show that I signed up for, man. What the fuck? We're suddenly so dark and so fucking real. With Panty and Stocking being, like, literally a world away. Right, company drinking parties. Can't leave. Okay. It's his daughter's birthday, dude. Alright, punch him in the fucking face and then walk out. Not the tower. No. He's trying to... Yeah. He's going ghost, man. Vomiting point, boiling point. Oh, it's boiling point. Oh, no. Oh, this is fucking awful, man. She's hugging the turtle. Bye. And he's out. Fuck. But Papa's not here. Oh, this is all a fucking dream, isn't it? You guys fucking caused this, you assholes. Alright, he's ghosting up real good. Uh-oh. Vomiting point. Right. Wait, that's a reference. I don't know to what. I don't remember. Oh, no. He just wants to be at his daughter's birthday. Oh, my God. Oh, no. Oh, hey, thanks for the turtle. Oh, and he's... Nope. He got slimed. What? Well, they're here to save the day. Cool to turn them into just the halos. Uh-huh. The grossest. Cool wipe. And they don't care. Taking my panties off. Oh. To never meet your heroes. Never meet your heroes. Fully from a different world. Oh. Yeah, you can look, man. Yep, we've done shit. Wait, shit, snot, and vomit? No. We would have had to have piss. Oh, well, that was easy. Hmm. Okay. At least they signed it. But still, though. Oh my god. Oh my god, the talent to make this shit work. It's gorgeous in its horror. This is the darkest timeline. This is the darkest shit, dude. What the fuck? Oh my god, and we're just back to it. And that's on the wall. And the temp girl isn't even here anymore. Okay, who was in charge of that episode? I'll let the ED play out. Who was in charge of that episode? What the fuck? And who was the voice actor for Oscar-aged genius? Huh. I knew it was a JoJo character. Genius is Tomokazu Sugita, who is Joseph. The Joseph Joestar. And also, 1,000 other roles because he's extremely famous. Boom. Oh boy, that second half was fucking rough. What is it specifically trying to reference? Like, vomiting point is boiling point, right? Let me find the logo for boiling point, because I know that boiling point, Snipes, Hopper, boiling point. Yeah, I think that's it. It's not the same logo. Or is it Stephen Grant? There are a couple of different things named boiling point, so that's not actually that helpful. Fuck. Vanishing Point is what it is. From 1971. Vanishing Point, directed by Richard C. Sarafian, but it doesn't really function as a reference to it, actually. So, couple things that are interesting. The artistic shift has been compared to the styles of both Satoshi Kon and Studio 4C, and it was Satoshi Kon who I was thinking of as I was watching it, especially when we get in the opening sequence this close-up of with the full fisheye and the girl putting on the lipstick and the creepy small eyes. It's very, very paranoia agent feeling, with the ugliness of these characters reflecting the ugliness of their world. But the the creation of this uglier, more realistic city that's in the same universe as the bright, colorful, absurdist panty and stocking universe is such an interesting immediate contrast. This put upon fucking office worker going through his life and having a really rough time. But apparently the episode was referencing something more obscure, which was Ohira Shinya's episode of the Hakenden, which is similar in some ways to Kobayashi's episode of Gurren Lagann, with the more realistic style and the somewhat ugly aesthetic. Ohira Shinya being someone who we've looked up a number of times recently on the OVAdrive slot because of his particularly like fluid style of animation, which reminds me to some extent of some of the stylings of character movement, especially once we get into not this sequence, but in the bar sequence, and things start getting a little bit trippy in the bar sequence. This here reminds me very much of Tatami Galaxy and some of the stylistic choices made there. This whole thing as a like element of style contrasting with the particular style of panty and stocking is absolutely fascinating. And the stylistic shift for this chunk of an episode, I hate it. I absolutely hate it. And that means that it's doing exactly what it's intended to do, right? Like, this is clearly not meant to be fun, and it is not fun. Nor is it funny. Like, there's no joke in this episode. The joke is that life is shit for the people who are present here, and that panty and stocking don't help anybody, right? That's the joke. Ha ha, very funny. Immediately after an utterly absurd, deeply colorful, ridiculous high society is all about fucking picking your noses and making each other come by nosegasm. What the absolute fuck? The switch from this insanity to this like taking realism and just putting a gray filter over it and making it all darker than it needs to be. They really nail all of the saturation and the feeling and the ugliness of these people and these characters and their designs and the way that they talk and the way that they're talking shit in the restroom or in the smoke break locker room, and the way that he overhears it and just bows his head and continues on, and the way that he's pulled on all sides by the love of his family and his family falling apart. Like, if this were done slightly differently, right? If this were done in the same manner as most of Panty and Stocking, the grandma knocking over her bowl of soup would be a joke. And here it's just fucking sad. It's just sad. It just hurts. Fuck. And then you've got this little girl growing up in this universe, in this world of darkness and gray, and idolizing Panty and Stocking, who live literally a full universe away, right? They're untouchable. Scenes like this, these are so great. The lighting, the feel, the downward angle, the darkness, all of it, so great. So fucking sad. And a weird present. I don't get why he bought a weird turtle, but he did. All of these scenes, so trippy. He tries to leave and gets peer pressured, and this is a classic thing in company, like company feel. You go out on the drinking nights, and there is an obligation to stay in the drinking nights because people who have more power than you do expect you to. So he drinks all of the beer, all of the darkness, and boom. And he has this little momentary dream, almost like the fucking little match girl having a dream of warmth before she dies in the streets, right? But instead he vomits up a ghost, and there's no humor to this monster, to this puke demon. It's just disgusting, and it's just caking the streets of disgusting things with disgusting things. And then the untouchable angels, who literally look like they're from a different universe. They fucking glow, right? They're fully stars, but they're not a part of this universe, and they hate to be sullied by it. And they just sign his paper. But it is something that she loves, right? But at the same time, there's this disgust toward normalcy, toward these people who are trying to get by in their own universe, in their own world, and life doesn't change at all. It just continues on the way that it was before. This chunk of an episode is absolutely awful. And the fact that I feel so awful about it means that it's absolutely nailing exactly what it's intended to do. So I have nothing but respect for the people who put this together. It's a shocking one because we come into Panty and Stocking expecting stupid fucking jokes, and instead we get a really genuinely heartbreaking little psychological awfulness. Okay, I want to see the credits for this one. Screenplay Hiroshi Seko, storyboards Kobayashi Osamu. Okay, who was also the Osamu Kobayashi responsible for that one episode of Gurren Lagann. Direction by Kobayashi, animation direction by Mukoda. Awesome, good to know. Oh, that was rough. That fully makes me just not even want to address the whole booger bullshit thing. It's fun. It's fun that this Oscar guy is ridiculous. The whole, poking fun at fads, like apparently he convinced everybody that picking your nose feels really good and everybody should be doing it and it's healthy or some shit. So it's mostly just masturbation and then mutual masturbation for the both of them. And again, if you like it and you're both consenting adults, nothing wrong with that. If you want to pick each other's noses and that gets you off, go for it, fam. Have a good time. But of course, it's not. He's a ghost. He's evil, and he wants to destroy all of them and or smash them into the moon for some reason. I don't remember why it's happening. It doesn't really matter. There are some really fun action sequences as we're running around through all of this shit and trying to keep our fingers in our noses for reasons. There's some fun stuff going on here, and some cool little moments. That little grab and whippity 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 woom is super colorful and very bombastic, and I like it quite a bit. There are a couple of other scenes like that I found really fun over the course of this chunk of an episode, but it's just so far overshadowed by everything that happens in the second half. Wow. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. I'm going to go to Sakagaburu and I'm going to see if there are any listed cuts. Good. There fucking are, and a lot of them are from the second half. Thank God. I'm so pleased by this. Let me pull it up. Awesome. I'm just going to open them all. And they're mostly all artist unknown, but there's some differences in here. So this whole thing, it's so striking, the full contrast of like lighting and saturation and style and feel of all of these characters and this environment. It really sets Panty and Stocking apart, and demonstrates how weird they are compared to a more realistic style. It's really cool. I actually really think it's amazing. So this whole piece of character acting is awful, and not awful like technically, it's technically fantastic, but it's heartbreaking. The emotiveness of these characters is really rough and dark. This guy scares me. He just feels like a full pervert, and I guess she's really into the turtle, so good for her. Weird. The whole smoking scene, and then we get the angle on all these guys chilling in this locker room, smoking down the cigarettes to stubs with all the fog everywhere. Oh. Right here, the whole fisheye and checking herself out. Very, very not psychopaths. Again, paranoid agent-esque. I really liked this little cut of her in the corner as well, and I guess she's drawing Panty and Stocking. She's got all this merch from them, right? And I guess just helping them stay stars. Ayako Hata, when he goes for the blah, and then it turns into all of this stuff. It's really great animation. It's just disgusting looks. I really do. I wonder what, because this is a specific reference. This street, we saw this recently. It's not in Honiamis, is it? It's not. That's not what this is. I don't know. It does remind me of some of the scenes in the Poltergeist Report movie, but it's not a reference to that. It's certainly a reference to something, though. This whole sequence is. And then the giant goop monster of boogers. Gross, and really good. Really well drawn, well animated, and awful. I hate it. I absolutely hate how good it is. And then this whole scene is Chiaki Nakajima. I'm actually going to click on you. Eromanga Sensei, Sansha Sanjo, and that's about it. So these don't have that same sort of fluidity or same sort of style. And no, not at all. Great animation, though. Solid character acting. This one was great, just with all the different things going on screen at all times and all the facial animation. Really rough, though. Really hard to watch this chunk of an episode. I loved this cut. That one at the start, and then a couple of more as we go through. Yeah, this whole thing. Sarato Shimizu. This whole thing, very fun. And then the grab that I was looking at before, and the crazy colors. The background is really what stands out to me here. The slice, the throw, and then whoop, 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 whoop. Amazing. Sarato Shimizu. Oh, some character design stuff. And some Ahiru no Sora, I think, is what this is. Yeah. Some cool stuff. Yeah, cool. Okay. And then the one panty and stocking cut, or a couple of panty and stocking cuts. Cool. And then Megami Kono. Oh, no, this is from the previous episode. I just have it still up. Or no, it's just listed wrong as also a part of episode source 05. So that's just mislisted. Cool. Woo! This was a doozy. This last one was a bit of a doozy. I don't know what to think. To fully change the style of your show in a way that's intentionally going to turn a lot of people off from it is a very panty and stocking, very absurdist thing to do. And I think it might turn into the start of a shift in how this show actually functions. Instead of being this same monster of the week format every time, this show's like, it still doesn't like say something in particular, but it shows a willingness to experiment and to fuck around a little bit and to not just do the simple silly thing. And I'm actually quite glad for it, and it quite excites me. It makes me quite interested in how things are going to play out from this point forward with Panty and Stocking. So that's pretty neat. Okay, I think we're going to wrap there. I've been Teeaboo. This has been 4 and 5 of Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt. There's been a lot here that's been a lot more interesting than previous episodes, and this last segment has really topped that off with a total swap of style and a total swap of vibe and feeling in a really interesting way, in a direction that's not likable, and I actually appreciate that. I find that quite interesting and thus, I suppose, likable. So I'm intrigued now. I think we've gone a little bit further than I expected in directions that I wasn't expecting, and I'm actually looking forward to the types of parody and the types of insanity that this show brings to bear, or can bring to bear, if this kind of experimentation and this kind of weirdness and willingness to go against audience expectations continues. So we'll see next week if it does. For now, I've been Teeaboo. This has been Panty and Stocking with Garterbelt, episodes 4 and 5. Hope you've enjoyed them, and I hope to catch you next week for more. Peace.